What?
Excellent. Well, if everyone's ready, which I'm not because I need to blow my nose. Feel it like right there.
Ben, when you blow your nose, you pinch it as well, or?
That was funny, Sam.
Thank you.
No. Although my nana did teach me a good trick. If you blow your nose and pinch it, so like you press it multiple times and you go like, and that helps because the sudden rush of air helps loosen everything up. There we go. Anyway, gentlemen, welcome back to D&D this week. No interesting recap. You all know what's happening. Demon army is invading because the leader of the demon army owes Tiamat many a favor from her time in hell. You guys obviously played as the armies of Ambyr and defended against the first wave. And as the second wave is incoming, you decided to cut the head off the snake, fly up to the huge infernal leviathan with a massive parliamentary building on its back, and take out the leader, Oberos, the adjudicator. You came in, you slaughtered the people, slaughtered the devils outside, bust through the door, took care of business inside. However, as you proceeded to lay waste to Oberos, the adjudicator, you could see that he sort of, Daviak slashed across his face, and he gave out this loud scream, louder than anything you've ever heard. The glass in the room reverberated all around you and shattered, and these glass pieces sort of formed this strange cloud. It surrounded him, and as the cloud sort of evaporated, you saw that he now wears not the sort of fancy outfit that he wore before, but he now has this pristine, beautifully detailed, engraved black armor and a sort of rapier in one hand and his sort of cane whip in the other still. And he just gives off this scream. He says, "Fine, if you want to fight a monster, you have won." And as he says this, the ground begins to light up all around you. The sort of the many sort of tiles on the floor. As I said, the windows have smashed. You hear now, with the windows smashed and everything, just the sounds of carnage and wind and war outside as this map transforms to this. And with that, we jump right back to where we were in initiative. So it was Daviak that slashed across his face. We now go to Nevado. Nevado, what are you doing, my buddy? You're a giant ape. Obviously, this is, if you haven't guessed already, a sort of quote-unquote second phase for Oberos. So he may have some new abilities, and you can almost assume he has a much higher AC now, given his, I suppose, bulk and his new armor. That's why I put a little shield on him.
I fully get if this is not going to be a doable thing, but with a giant ape, it can make a rock attack on it.
Yeah.
Where you throw a big rock.
Yeah.
Can I instead throw Oberos?
You could certainly try. Absolutely, you can certainly try. I would say, so roll me an athletics check.
Okay.
And this is going to be contested with him. And I'm so prepared, I don't even have any dice out. This will be, I'll probably give you like advantage because you're not just bigger than him, you are a huge creature. You can snatch him up in one hand. So we'll give you some kind of bonus.
This is +9.
+9, right.
Oh, thank you for the advantage.
Probably a little higher than him. 19, I'm assuming, from you?
Yep.
Yeah, that does it. He rolled a 15. So you snatch him up in one hand, and yes, now you can make a rock attack. So where are you trying to throw him? Bear in mind, he has wings, so...
Well, then I won't throw him up in the air like I was intending, Can I instead throw him? Oh, is that stupid? Can I throw him at Balzanor?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah, you can throw him at Borisov. What the hell? So what's the damage of a rock attack?
A rock attack is 76 plus 6.
76 plus 6. Right. So roll me the damage for a rock attack, and I'm going to split that damage between him and Borisov. Actually, they'll both take the same amount of damage, I think, because they're both being hit by this thing. And that's just sort of going to represent the force you're throwing at that. But do roll to hit first. Sorry.
Sorry. Yes.
This won't be to roll to hit against you. I mean, you do have advantage because he's literally just sat there like, like seemingly.
That's a +9 for my 19.
Yes, that definitely hits. Yes. So that would be 41 damage to him, and you've thrown him, and he's gonna just like hit Borisov. So he like hits Borisov, he flies backwards, hits this wall, and then just sort of collapses on the floor here, not really quite sure what the fuck's happened. As an ape's just gone, rah, just lobbed. I'm gonna say roll me a D100
Oh.
on a 75%, 75 to 100. Something interesting is going to happen, and not necessarily in a good way. 19. Okay, you watch as Borisov hits the large throne with. Oberos hits the huge throne with Borisov on it, and Borisov, the big guy, is hit, and though his body like lurches to the side, he is still on the throne, and he just sort of lolls sitting there, still as if he didn't even feel the thing. If you'd have maybe thrown him harder or at a different angle, you maybe think that he would have fallen off of it and something might have happened. You don't know. But that is, as you say, 41 damage to him and 41 damage to him. Okay. Awesome. Anything else on your turn?
I'm just gonna step a fraction closer to this guy. That's it.
Sounds good. And as this thing just looks up, there's a large, very large, sort of fat, deep devil just looks up. Oh no. As you're stepping closer. Awesome. We then go to the top of the round and a new set of layer actions. And now that this new form has been sort of procced, a new sort of set of layer actions happen. So you begin to hear outside just the sounds of like things passing by the windows, as clearly people, something outside has heard what's going on, and you can hear this like as these demonic sounds fly past the window, and you see two creatures emerge into the window here, just at the very top windows, just sort of like peering in and looking around. And Oberos sort of looks up at them. Help me get them! As these creatures appear and will enter initiative. So I'll just roll them a really quick initiative. Oh, that's a very, very good set of initiatives. That'll put them just between you. Mittens, what would you like to do?
Okay, I am now a beautiful, sexy planetar, but
You are now a beautiful, sexy planetar, an angel from high above.
so I am going to fly up here with my magnificent wings and this magical sword, and I'm going to take 2 attacks at him. Because
Oh
he
dear
tried to
Christ.
set me on fire.
He did multiple times.
Yes, so the first attack, that is a 27.
27 would hit. However, he's going to use his new reaction, which as soon as I've got his stat block open, I will tell you.
Oh no.
So his new reaction.
This is
Wrong
Ben's
version.
book where he kept saying does a 25 hit and we would say no.
Not quite yet. So his new reaction, Infernal Riposte. So he's going to increase his AC by a certain amount. So as you swing down to hit him, this rapier he's got, he just raises up into the air, bashes out of, so like moves your blade out of the way, and then immediately goes in as a reaction, as an attack against you. So he gets to make one attack against you, and that'll be a 9 plus. That's a 25 to hit you.
Yes.
Excellent. He's using his rapier to do this, so he rolls. What's 7 plus 6? 13 plus 8. I can't do maths. 21 plus. Where's my d8s? There's my d8s. 21, 25, 28, 30 points of damage against you.
Okay. 15. Okay. Is there anything else, or is that just?
No, that is just it. He blocks your attack, slams down on you with an attack of his own. He definitely
Okay.
seems quite the skilled fighter now that he's not trying to be so prim and proper all the time. You get your next attack.
25.
25 does hit, yes.
Oh, okay, so it's not a lasting shield. It's just
No. It's like a
okay.
instantaneous.
So 46 plus 7. So 25 slashing damage and 5d8. So 25 plus 14, 39 damage. 14 of that is radiant.
39 damage total.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you ring down on him in the second attack with this massive greatsword, and again, it just sort of slams down into his shoulder, shoulder plate, which almost looks like a sort of screaming face. And you just carve into the metal there, and almost have to tear your weapon out of the metal. Nicely done. Anything else on your turn?
Yes. I'm going to just fly up with the rest of my movement to engage one of these things up here and prevent them from coming inside unopposed.
All right, sounds good. So this thing is like almost like holding itself to the wall pretty much, and you just fly up to it, sort of weapon sort of searing at it. Yeah, nice. Cool.
Leave room for an ape if it needs to get in there.
Coolio. Right, next up, funnily enough, is these horned devils, and their attacks are pretty easy. So it makes 3 attacks, 2 with its fork and 1 with its tail. So it's going to. This first one's obviously going to make a couple of attacks against you. So here we go. It's plus 10 to hit us. So the first attack is 24. Second attack is a 13, and the final tail attack is a natural 1. So just 1 hits you, which is 8.
Is the horned devil's attacks, are they magical?
I'm going to say yes. The devil from hell definitely has some kind of magical
We lost that.
pitchfork. I would probably say, though it technically doesn't say in its stat block that it has magical attacks.
It does
So
say
actually,
on a lot of things, it specifically states, like the Planetar specifically states its weapon attacks are magical.
okay, in which case I'm going to say no, it doesn't have a magical pitchfork. It's just made of rusty iron from hell. Are you immune or just resistant to this damage?
Resistant.
Okay, cool. So 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 6 is 18. So you take 18 points of piercing damage, halved to
9.
9.
Cool. Plus 12 on
This-
con saves, so can't fail that one.
Indeed. This other one is going to come up to the big thing who threw Oberos. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And it's going to just start wailing on a big do 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 do. So 3 attacks, 2 with his fork, 1 with his tail. First one is a 22, a 28, and the tail attack, that will be a 12. Against the massive ape.
Oh, sorry.
22, 28, and a 12.
Every one of those hits.
Every one of those hits. Righty. So let's deal with this damage in order. First attack, 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 6. So 11 points of piercing damage for the first attack.
Okay.
Second attack, 13 points of piercing damage. So make me 2 con
Okay.
saves. You've only got 10 to beat.
Why's that not rolling?
Oh, this roll 20 being problematic this evening. Ah,
Even with a +4.
even with a +4. So after that first attack, you turn into
Or,
regular old Nevado. So then that second attack, so the 13 damage, actually transfers onto you. And then the final attack, does a 12 still hit you?
no.
Then the third tail attack, then the tail attack would miss. So as you transform back, maybe just lift up your staff, and this tail just whips off of it.
Going for the ape
That's
head and just shrinks.
yeah, pretty much.
It's like when Nevado psyched out that Minotaur and just unpolymorphed between its legs to make it fall over.
That was cool. Then it would be Geary, but Geary is not here at the moment. So I'm going to give him a
The
minute.
number you have dialed has not been recognized.
Exactly. So we're going to give Sam a minute for a restart. And I'm going to blow my nose. Oh my Jesus. So, how's everybody's week been?
Yes, well, you know most of how
Sorry.
my week's been so far.
Well, what do you say? Luke?
I said fun dabby dozy.
Fun dabby dozy.
Fun.
That's
Fun.
oh, fan dabby dozy. Oh, that
Yeah.
does sound like a good week. Bloody hell. Not bad. Things have gone. Right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue with the initiative, and Sam's just going to fit in somewhere as Geary. That's what we're going to do. Because I believe it's now been 2 minutes, double the amount of time I said I would wait. I'm an impatient man. So, Oberos's turn is going to be next. And yeah, I mean, he's got the Planetars being dealt with up there. He's being dealt with up there. I mean, it kind of makes sense for me to go for Sam, even though he's not here. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll and see if I'm gonna get Giri's stat block up, and I don't think Giri has any reactions she can make. Therefore, I am just going to. Yeah, let me just double check. She doesn't have any interesting reactions she can make. Rapid strike, strength before death, blade of perfect strike, sentinel, path spirit, vampiric kubo armor. Oh! Oh, just in time. In which case, he goes back there.
Just my one.
Oh, and he's just frozen.
This is not going well.
This is.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Ah, there we go. Hello. You froze for a second there. I believe I could hear you with your headset on, but doesn't really matter otherwise. Maybe. I did hear you when you came in.
Hello.
Hello.
Ah!
Headset works as well. Amazing.
Hey, look at that.
What
It's your
fucking
turn,
day to
Simon.
be alive.
It is your turn. With
What has happened in
in
my
your
absence?
absence, JJ went up to deal with one of the horned devils on the window. The other one came down and started whacking Nevado. Whacked him so hard he turned back into Nevado from being a giant ape. It is now your turn.
Oh no. Deja vu.
Deja vu.
Right, well, I think what I do might be fairly satisfactory. Go 5, 10, 15. Get right in this boy's face.
Mm-hmm.
I will be invoking my fighting attack. 15 temporary hit points. I'm going to hit him 4 times. Seeing that he's beefier, I won't take a -10 on these, so I'm just going to. I've got advantage on all of these and no -5. I'll get a crit.
That you do. First extra roll to hit again. See if you can beat. You got a 22 to beat.
Oh shit! Did not mean to do that. Sorry. Advantage.
Advantage 26. Yes, so you would you would get the. No, the perfect strike doesn't include. The perfect strike is just you roll just a regular hit.
Okay.
So unfortunately you don't get the perfect strike on this one, but you do still get your crit damage. So that's 18 plus 6, which is still an admirable amount of damage.
I'll go again. 25.
25 does hit.
18 damage.
18 damage.
Go again. Oh, that's shit.
Ooh, they are not so good. And with that, you finally sort of swing wide, and you manage to parry one of your attacks.
Yeah, and then final one. 31.
31 does indeed hit.
14 damage. I'll reroll that too, just for shits and gigs. Oh, it's worse. 13 damage.
And that was the last time anyone missed him. Right, so 13 damage. Right, so awesome. Cool. If there is nothing else on your turn,
No, that's me.
it is now Oberos's go. And funnily enough, he was going to come up and do a similar thing to you. So with blade and whip drawn, he's going to make 3 attacks against you. So the first, the serrated whip. That's a 7 plus
me,
14
Daddy.
is a 21.
Yes, it's
21. So that's 5 plus 13 points of slashing damage. And oh my god, that's awful. 5 points of force damage. Your speed is also reduced by 10 feet as you've been slashed by this.
ain't going anywhere, so that's fine.
Second attack with the rapier. That's going to be a 23.
Yeah.
So that's going to be his 15 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
And 2, 6, 2, 16, 20 points of fire damage.
Yep.
I did do the piercing damage on top of that, yeah. And the last attack. I realize I could have made you do something there. That probably would have been better, but I think he's going to use his serrated whip on you for this final attack, just to reduce that movement speed. And with this last attack, he's also going to use a bonus action as well, to use his one dual master ability, if he hits, that is. And that's going to be that is going to be my first natural 20 of the game.
Entire campaign.
Pardon?
The entire campaign.
Of the entire campaign. That's it. That's my one and only nat 20 the entire campaign. So that's 2d8 plus 8 slashing, and then 6d8 force damage. So 2d8 slashing, that's 6 plus 8 is 14 points of slashing damage, and then 6d8 force damage. So 7, 10, 14, 15, 17. So 17 points of force damage on a crit. That's pretty awful. And your speed is reduced by a further 10 feet. So you have a speed of 10 feet.
That's what you think.
That is what I think. I don't know. Obviously.
Sometimes
yes,
all
I
we have
did
is
say-
confidence and lies.
I did say he was going to use a dual master feature, so he can either use piercing strike to take extra damage, or trip. He's going to use the trip. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please? You fall prone with that final attack as well, using his bonus action. So that final whip attack,
Do
he
I
sort of
have
lashes.
inspiration? A bardic inspiration. I feel like I do.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
How long does it last?
Feel like 10 minutes.
Oh,
The last 10
you
minutes.
gave me two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You certainly gave him one. I can't remember whether you used it or not.
He's definitely given me two, and I think I've used one.
Okay. You have a bardic inspiration left.
Is it a D12? Yeah.
It's a D12, yeah.
You got to get a 10.
Oh, there we go. Mittens play with bagpipes inspirationally. Oh, that was shit.
2. Even with that music spinning in your ears, this serrated whip wraps around your leg, and he just pulls it, and you almost like spin in the air and fall on your back.
You do gain 7 temporary hit points, though.
7.
7 temporary hit points. Look at that. But with you prone, I think he's going to go. How's Giri looking?
She's alright. A little under half, I think.
A little under half.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dwarven beard.
I forgot to pull Daviak and Ryman's stat blocks out, which would probably be really useful because I want to see how he looked, because he obviously pissed him off. Yes, Daviak's looking right for the picking. So yeah, with you.
Is that a
Yes.
concentration spell for him?
Oh,
Because he's taking
JJ, you're a smart little boy.
5 different hits.
He has. Oh, you are a clever little clogs.
Concentration on?
This wall of fire, this big sort of fiery, this big orange line, basically. I'm sort of happy to just say that goes away, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't even need it anymore, and it's just bothersome for him, because this is his fancy space, and he doesn't want it there, and clearly it's not bothering anybody. So with you now on the floor.
Warming his back.
Yeah, Carmen's just chilling out, shooting the breeze.
Sorry, Ryman.
With you now prone and having things at disadvantage, he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. You do get an attack of opportunity, Geary, if you'd like to take it.
I would. This is a disadvantage.
Yes, disadvantage because you are prone.
I don't know if I'd still have my fighting spirit. Let me double check the wording on it.
Yeah, whether it's your turn or the round or whatever.
Under the current turn. Okay, this is just a disadvantage.
Yes. 22 to beat.
Oh,
Oh, but a 22 still gets it. So
Yeah.
as he begins to fly away, you just like
thing is though,
spin around and
because of a
slash his
certain feat
calves.
I have, then his
Uh-huh.
movement speed is reduced to 0.
Oh, is it, Samuel?
Yeah,
Is it really?
16 slashing damage.
Oh Lord. Okay. 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 I fucking see.
Oh
what it is,
shit,
okay.
that's good. Make that 20. Make that 20 damage actually.
20 damage. Oh fucking hell. Yeah. So you. So he's about.
Even
to fly.
on the floor, I'm lethal.
He sort of looks down at you and he goes, pathetic, and begins to fly away. And as he begins to fly away, you almost just get this brief moment of energy as you spin around and just slash at the bottom of his wing. And he's like, ah! And he just sort of seems like he's like stumbling in the air and can't quite maneuver right now. To this quite fucking hefty blow. But nice. That's then going to be his turn. Bonus action movement. So we go to Ryman. Ryman's just going to look around and go, how's everyone doing?
Oh my god, please heal me.
Oh, okay. 5, 10. He's going to vault over this thing. 15, 20. He's just going to stand on this banister and go, here you go, lady. And he points up towards you, and he's going to cast. What is he going to cast? He's running out of high-level spells here. He's running out of heals, and I was kind of hoping. I mean, how? Actually, that's a very, very good question. How is everybody looking on a whole? Because there is a very big heal he could do. A very, very big heal.
Are we being coy with it, or are we just throwing actual numbers out there?
Well, he has. Hold on. He has mass heal as his 9th level spell. Which I believe means he just gets to dish out 700 hit points.
Okay, I'm on 117 of 264, so I'm still okay, but I'm lower than I was.
I'm on
Okay.
168.
Stacey Chard 168. Mittens, how you looking?
Well, I'm on 44 out of 149, but I'm currently polymorphed.
Oh, that's a very good point. Daviak's
So-
pretty low too. I'll tell you what.
I mean, my
Going
polymorph
by
form
law
can
of-
be healed, but like
Yeah.
I'm on 151 out of 200 on that form. So
That's fair. I'll tell you what. Given that everyone's healing stretches over 350. So Sam, how much would you need to become full? Like full?
Do some quick maths. Actually, no, I can do that in my head. I think it's 147. 147 I'd need.
147. Let's say Luke's 100. Let's say Daviak's 100. Yeah, that feels about right. Ryman's gonna use mass heal. Energy flows from you into injured creatures around you. Restore up to 700 hit points, divided as you choose among any number of creatures that you can see within range. Creatures healed by this spell are also cured of all diseases and any effect making them blinded or deafened. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. Fuck it. Ryman's gonna use mass heal. And Ouroboros. Yeah, I'll tell you what happens. Ouroboros tries to counterspell it. Daviak then counterspells his counterspell with a 4th level counterspell. Done.
It's just been playing with himself.
Yeah.
I'm playing with myself over here. I'm having a grand old time. So yeah, Kaiman sort of raises his fist up, and you can see out of his fist just this spinning, It almost looks like a sort of spinning ethereal lava and flame just quickly just sort of emanates out from his fist throughout the room. And as it swells over each of you, you just feel this overwhelming sense of healing as everyone is healed to full. Pretty much, I'm just gonna say everyone's healed to full and make that a lot easier. Even Ryman himself, because fuck it. And as it sort of and as it's going, Oribos tries to shout out, but Daviak just goes no. Points his blade at him, and his spell is just his counter spell that counts.
Naughty boy.
Naughty boy. Bad devil. Shh. Cool. That's that done. We then go to the final this jurist, this final sort of fat dude that's looking at Nevado, and he can see that you've been healed. He's like, "Oh, you mortals are so bothersome!" And he's going to just try and whack you with two of those sort of fire and brimstone attacks. So the first one is, let me just look this up. That's +7, so 4 + 8 is 12. 12 doesn't hit you.
Nope.
Second attack is a 16.
That hits.
16 does hit. He doesn't have advantage on it. Silly him. So that's going to be 8 + 6 is 14. +5 is 19. +4 is 23. You take 23 points of fire damage as this, hot thing just rakes across your body. That's all that jurist can do. I think he feels he's in a good place with this big horned devil backing him up. He feels he's all right. Then Daviak's going to look at that horned devil and just say, "Go away," and he's going to try and cast banishment on it because he just wants things done quickly. Horned devil has advantage on saving throws against magical effects or spells. It's a 17. Does it get any charisma saving throws? Yes, it does. 17 + 7. It unfortunately doesn't work. So that's just the spell wasted for Daviak, and Daviak feels kind of sad now. But Daviak is going to move up 5, 10, 20. 25, 30. He's going to move like here just to try and really get in the way of these things. Like sort of put himself in the mixer because Nevado's slightly more squishy. Then that's going to be Daviak. So then we go to Nevado.
Cold, please.
Gun of gold. Alrighty, these
If I
guys
can-
need to make a. Yeah. You can get both of those easy. I need to make a con save, is it?
Yeah, con save.
Con save. So the jurist gets a 5 + 2, so that's 7. But the other one, the said, has advantage. That's 2 2s because horned devils are really good. And that's going to be just 7 as well. That's funny. So they both fail.
57 damage, please.
57 damagerinos. Please.
Oh my god.
That's a very good cone of cold. Jesus Christ. 3. Oh my word. That is an obscene cone of cold. 7, 8,
Oh,
7,
shit.
6, 6, 7, 8, 8. That is an extremely good cone of cold.
I did not appreciate how good that was.
Yeah, so good, in fact. The jurist in front of you, his belly, and then all the way towards him just begins to turn to ice, and you just see the sculpture of this very fat devil with like ice like spraying backwards, and then it just falls over. And it just breaks like in half as this thing is gone, dead. This guy in front of you, he seems okay.
Well, I didn't have any bonus actions, so that'll just be me for now.
Julio. Alrighty. La Action. Once again, Oberos gets to use command on the sort of creatures around him, but most of them are in a pretty good place. Although, actually, this one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He is going to force this one to run, so you would get an attack of opportunity, Mittens, if you wanted to use it.
Yes, please.
And this one's just going to go
16,
here.
please. 16?
Uh,
Yeah, 16 to hit.
16 against the
Yes.
Horned Devil does not hit, I'm
That's
afraid.
unfortunate.
Your blade just sort of scrapes against his leathery wings, and you realize they're a little bit more armored than you would initially realize. That's just the layer action, just things get to move. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to move, he just gets to move his allies around. Then we go to Mittens as the Planetar. Mittens as a Planetar. What you doing there, buddy?
I'm going to take advantage of this lovely new position that's been taken up and come in behind for some lovely advantage.
Oh, lovely. Getting a little conga line going here.
I'm going to make 2. So that's a 17 with advantage.
17 with advantage, unfortunately, not the one, I'm afraid.
And an 18 with advantage?
18 is what you need.
Oh, thank
Bloody
God
hell.
for that.
First attack,
Alright.
it's sort of known you were coming, it blocks it with this pitchfork, but then you just drive down harder into its
Oh.
clavicle.
I
And
could swear someone said level 20 combat would be impressive.
Yeah,
Yes.
someone said it was epic. I can't remember who that idiot was,
And
but
then 17 slashing damage and 17 radiant damage.
17 slashing, 17 radiant. 17 slashing, 17 radiant. So that's 34 damage overall?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Is that everything on your turn?
Yes, that is everything.
Oberos would like to use 2 legendary actions to look at Giri and basically say something along the lines of, "You are more impressive than I thought. Why don't I take you for a ride?" And he reaches out his sword towards you, and you can see just this magical flare within his eyes and this flare within his blade as he's going to use his ability, Hurl Through Hell.
Oh,
That sounds.
Giri, can you make a charisma saving throw, please?
not good at these.
The DC is 22.
I
That is an
cannot
8.
physically pass it.
So he looks towards you and points towards you, and you suddenly, at first, your ears
Take me.
begin to ring, and then it's like the whole room around you just begins to vibrate. And then you get a bit of a moment. You know, like in the Doctor Strange movie where he gets like shunted out of his body? You basically get that. Your sort of psyche, your consciousness is suddenly out of your body, and you watch your own body just sort of start to slowly droop down. And your consciousness suddenly, just almost in slow-mo, begins to fall and fall and fall. And when it hits the ground, it goes hundreds of miles per hour suddenly. You fall through the darkness of the earth and enter into the first plane of hell, a fiery landscape, volcanoes all around, volcanic rock, huge cities far off in the distance. Then you hit the second plane of hell, an icy tundra, third plane of hell, under sort of vast desert. Fourth plane of hell, another sort of, fourth plane of hell, a massive sort of swampish area. Fifth layer of hell, another icy tundra, but with huge rivers and lakes flowing through it. Sixth layer of hell, actually seemingly normal except for this horrible screeching sound within your ear. Seventh layer of hell, another burning landscape, 8th layer of hell, just mountains as far as the eye can see, and all you can hear as your mind is being stretched across these many planes is just the sound of torment, the sound of screaming, the sound of whips and fire and chains and screams, just so many screams of tormented souls who've gone to hell and are being punished for their worldly deeds. And just as you feel your psyche about to hit the floor of the 8th layer of hell, you almost pause, you just sort of slow down and stop. And then you're pulled back all the way up through all the layers of hell. Back through 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into your body just before it's hit the floor. All this has happened within a matter of milliseconds, and you are going to take some psychic damage. In fact, so much psychic damage, I need to use my phone because I don't have enough dice. This is the bit I've been waiting for. This whole combat. So you take 94 points of psychic damage. That was admittedly an exceptionally good roll.
94?
94 points of psychic damage.
That look like 84 on your phone, Ben.
Was it 84? My apologies. It was in fact 84.
You fuck.
I apologize. I looked at it wrong. 84 points of psychic damage. And you are dazed. So when you are dazed, you can only take an action, bonus action, or move on your turn. You are
again, sorry.
So you are dazed. It's a new feature. So you can only take an action, a bonus action, or move on your turn.
I can only take one of those things.
Yes.
Okay.
That only lasts until your turn ends. Once your turn ends, that's done. It's like your body is reeling from being thrown through the different planes of hell.
I see. Okay.
That is 2 of his legendary actions. And as your mind sort of comes back through, you almost in yourself just can't help but scream from the torment of all of this stuff going on. Geary, you pull yourself back together somewhat.
As I've said in the chat, no worse than Mitten's bagpipe playing or a breakdown from Davio.
Exactly. Right. That is legendary action. Legendary action done. It's time for some horny devil action. Let's go. So the first horned devil is going to do an attack against Geary with advantage, an attack against Mittens, and then the third attack he'll just see who he hits and go from there. So attack against Geary with advantage. That's going to be an 18 to hit you. Misses. Attack against Mittens is going to be. Sorry, I don't know why I rolled that twice. That's what was the first roll? First roll was a 17. 17 plus 7 is a 24.
Yep.
1, 4. That's not very good. 4 plus 6 is 10. So 10 points of piercing damage, halved for you. And
I don't have my reaction, do
I? No, you do not, because
you
did indeed use it.
Okay, sorry.
That's right. And yeah, it's going to turn around and hit Geary because it can see that Geary's dazed. So that's going to be a 14 plus 7. That's a 21 to hit Geary.
That hits.
That does hit, right. So with that one, from the Horned Devil, can you make me a DC 17 Constitution saving throw? I feel like you've probably got this.
Oh,
Never mind.
Indomitable. I've got to be past this shit. What's it against? Because I get some benefits if it's like poison.
This would be against an infernal wound. So not poison, no. Unfortunately.
Okay, fine. Well, Indomitable, I'll roll it again. If I fail this, I'm going to be very sad.
So I believe all of your Indomitables have been pretty bad so far. Right, so either way, you just take 1d8, so 3 plus 6, that's 9 piercing damage, but no other effects.
So sad as me rolling 2 5s with advantage.
Giri, it is now your turn. You're dazed, and I believe you were prone.
Yeah. So
Right.
wait, if I get up from being prone, is that all I can do?
Yeah, so you could either move or use an action
Yeah,
or use a
and-
bonus action.
I think I was going to ask you about this last session because I think I got knocked prone and dazed as well. Standing up uses half your movement, but is it part of your move to stand up?
I would say it uses your movement because you are physically moving to stand up, and therefore it would use your movement. Yeah, that's how I would rule it anyway.
Yes.
I might have to read the book later on to double check, but that's how I'm going to rule
I
it.
missed what the outcome of that conversation was.
Standing up uses your movement.
Okay. Right. Can I attack this horn devil from prone?
You absolutely can. Yeah, it's just sort of like chilling on the edge. And you have a great sword, so I feel like you can definitely still do that. It's within 5 feet. It would be with disadvantage,
But
but
advantage from flanking. So
advantage from flanking. Yes. Okay. I'll allow that.
Oh, thank you for joining us in our 20th level combat. We'll now display the floor section. Right, here we go. 24.
24 does hit. Yes.
Cut your ball sack open. 18.
Yeah, you're like attacking his legs and the weird Glen. Is it Glen? No. What? Hendal sort of smooth front. So 18 points of damage on that first attack.
Oh,
Nicely done. I can't do maths.
Okay.
50. Go again.
Mm.
Okay. 20.
23 does hit.
15. I'll reroll that. D6. To 16 damage.
16 damage. Nicely done.
And then 17's not a hit, is it?
17 is not a hit now.
Okay. And then final attack. 33.
33.
11. I'll reroll both of them. That's much better. So that would be
That is much better.
11. I'll be 8 additional, so 19 on that one.
19 on that one.
Yeah.
Nice. So
How's it looking?
it's looking about halfway there. Bloodied, certainly.
Okay.
Certainly, yeah, quite pissed off. Are you smashing up its legs?
It might be in
Cool.
danger,
I will remain prone.
You remain prone, but that is your turn. It's then before his turn, he's going to use his last legendary action. He gets one legendary action to make an attack. He's just going to make an attack, just one simple rapier attack against you while you're on the floor. He does have advantage. Thank God for that advantage, because the first one was a 1, but that is going to be 14 plus 10 for a 24. So 1, Jesus, 7, pretty good. 8 plus 6 is 8 plus 8, is 16. So 16 points of piercing damage.
16, you say?
Yep. And it's not very good. Only 11 points of fire damage. As he basically shoves hot poker down on your body.
I had a dream like this once.
How's Giri looking now? I think you've taken a bit of a beating.
Yeah, I'm on 151.
151. Fucking hell. It's crazy to think that you've taken all of that stuff and you're still nearly to where Nevado's max HP is.
I feel like I'm tanking quite well here. I'm taking one for the team. If the team could do something, that would be good.
I mean, you know, yeah, just
Look,
getting absolutely slashed,
Hey,
mind
look.
going to hell.
Look, I've got a d20, and I insist on only using the bottom 5 numbers. Apparently,
I will say at the end of your turn, Sam, you are no longer dazed, so on your next turn you are fine.
Fuck, amazing.
Uh,
That's just ages away, and I might be dead.
Oh,
So
that's
he's
fine.
gonna look down at you,
All this
and
is I'm like one hand slashing this thing balls, and then the other
Yeah.
one's just like this. Oh,
Well,
had
he's
moments
gonna-
where she's looked really cool, and she's still effective at the moment, but she's not cool.
well, here's what he's gonna try and do. You're there with your middle finger up. He's gonna try and cut that middle finger off.
No.
So I'm gonna say if he hits by more than 5 on this one, he cuts your middle finger off. That's Gary's middle finger gone. He has advantage. That's an 8 plus 10, that's an 18 to hit you with advantage.
No.
No. Fucking hell. Good thing he gets 3 attacks. Oh, that is much better. That's a 29 to hit you.
Yep.
And that's with the whip. So the whip, that's going to
Can't
be
whip my finger off.
5 versus 9 plus 8 is 17 plus. So 17 slashing damage. Plus 6, 8, 18 force damage.
17 slashing and 18 force.
Uh-huh. And then the final attack with advantage, because he's down there, because you're down there even.
Beg your pardon, Ben.
That is going to be a 27.
Yeah,
Hit you with his rapier. So that's going to be 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 8 is 15 points of piercing damage. And 7 points of fire damage. And your speed is reduced by 10 feet from the previous attack.
I'm not happy where I am.
Cool. He is going to try and fucking move again. So
Here we go.
here we fucking go. With disadvantage.
Right. Nah, not to be.
Oh, that's a shame. I was kind of hoping you would hit him so he could use his riposte and hit you back. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And he's just going to chill out over here. Sort of, no, I think he's not going to risk flying and then taking full damage. So he's just going to land down here and go, I've had enough play with the other one. Let's see what happens if I poke you. Bit of a pervy dude. I don't know why I've made this devil such a perv.
He wasn't a perv before he got all his armor on.
Yeah, before that he was quite a sort of. It's a bit like how like a politician in like politician's outfit and everything. They're quite a smart person, but then behind closed doors, bit of a perv. Not naming politicians in particular. That is, I believe, gonna be his. Actually, no, he's gonna use his bonus action to glare at Daviak, and Daviak would have to make a saving throw if he wasn't immune to being frightened. Cause Paladin, baby, that's that done. Finally, Ryman looks around, sees that I think he's done the good heal. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to get up there and he's going to throw a fucking guiding bolt against this horned bitch. Oh, I don't know why I'm clicking that. I meant to be on Ryman stat block. yeah, he's gonna just chuck a where is it? Guiding bolt over there, and he's gonna do it at 4th level this time because he's got spell slots. Might as well use them. That's really quite good. 20, 30 points of damage against the Horned Devil, and it's radiant damage. And the next attack against this devil is made with advantage. Awesome. Then is the jurist who died, so I can take him off the initiative. Daviak is not frightened. Daviak's just going to pull out a sword, and first he's going to attack the horned bitch. 25, 8 plus 2, that's 10 damage. Pardon me. And then he's going to swing round and try and attack with the second attack. Oberos. The 21 doesn't do it. And Oberos just manages to just easily deft, sort of dodge away from his attack. Nevado, 'tis your turn. Scary devil has just happened to land next to you.
I know it's an attack of opportunity from the Horned Devil, but I'd like to rotate round behind.
Okie dokie, attack of opportunity. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yes.
I'll just do that quick. 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 6 is 20 points of damage on that.
Okay. And I'd then like to cast Thunderbolt, Lightning Bolt, sorry.
Lightning bolt. Ooh,
Yep.
good thinking. Yeah, getting them lined up.
Can I do 5th level?
Yeah, you
Is
can
it
do it at
scale?
whatever. Yeah. Scales. You can do it at 9th level for all I care. Actually, you can't because you do it at 9th level as well. You can do it at 8th level for all I care.
No, 5th level's good.
5th level's good. That
Yeah,
is
38.
38 points of damage if he fails. So let's see how he does. That's going to be a 13 plus 12. I think that's going to pass. But the Horned Devil does roll a natural 2. So even, he has advantage on magical effects. That's a natural 3. Why do I keep doing this? So he's going to take the full amount. Oberos is going to take half. So that's going to be, yeah, it's like 38 points of damage. Not bad. This lightning crackles and smashes against the other end of the room. Nice. Anything else? Any bonus actions? Any more movement?
Yes, slightly more movement to just flanking.
Awesome.
Me?
Guess the same.
Did you hear wanking like I did?
Yeah, I did.
Well, listen, you never know when you're going to go, so get your last one in while you can.
Anything to put them off.
Oberos doesn't like what you're doing with your stuff. So once again, 2 legendary actions against
dear.
you, Nevado. Can you make me a charisma saving throw? You do have a +3 from Daviak here.
Charisma saving.
Oh, you've done it.
Damn, son.
What
With the
health are
plus-
you on, Luke?
Huh?
What health are you on?
Oh, fairly reasonable.
Alright.
But I would not be after a successful.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that would not have been good. So he points towards you, and his eyes glare, and you manage to save it. And he just sort of looks at you. Seems some of you do have strong minds. I will enjoy picking them apart. But that's 2 of his legendary actions. Fuck me. Fair fucking play. Lair action goes off. What was the lair action? Lair action is Oberos gets to move people, but everyone's in a pretty good position as is. Though this Horn Devil doesn't like being here, so it's going to go 5. Is it going to move? Where is it going to move? Because no matter where it moves, you're just going to move into advantage, and you're just going to get attacks of opportunity if it moves. So it's not going to move. However, this one is going to move hither, like that. Mittens! Your turn.
Yes, I am going to take those attacks,
Yes.
as you correctly pointed out, with advantage. So the first
Indeed.
one, there we go.
That's what happens when I think
That's a
about things.
30.
Yes. Yes,
So
they would both.
that
I believe they're both going to hit.
That's the first one with advantage.
First one with advantage, right? Yes, that hits.
So that is 22 slashing damage and 22 radiant damage.
Fuck me. So 44. So let's call that.
And then a 22 to hit on the second attack.
22 does hit on the second attack.
Oh,
This
sorry,
thing's
no,
looking
29,
very
yeah.
weak now.
Things
Thing's looking very, very weak now.
23 slashing and 24 radiant.
Yeah, you halve this thing in twine. First wing comes off, then just a quick flick of the wrist, and the head falls to the floor. And the next thing you just hear is a ting 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 of the pitchfork just dropping to the ground.
Okay. I'm then just going to use my movement then to swoop in behind this thing.
Alrighty.
Yes. And that'll be my turn, using my 9th level spell to mimic a fraction of Giri's power.
What do they need to mimic a fraction of our power?
So imagine you say that and it just cuts to Giri like on the floor, flaming the sword around. Is it gone?
Yeah, I mean that is my action. I'm guessing there's not much I can do to help Giri up. Would it be? Can I use a bonus action to help Giri up before?
You know what? You are a planetar.
Can I drag Giri?
I feel.
as I
Yeah,
move?
sure. You could drag Giri with your movement, sure. Bonus action, or just free action, just to grab and then just drag along the floor.
Forearm
Yeah.
to forearm, and then like, if willing, pick her up and just deposit her like here, surrounding the devil.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause I've
Fuck
got-
it. Why
I've got
not?
120 foot fly speed as a planetar, so they can zoom.
Yeah. And you are like a planetar is like a god's
24.
major in the army. They're a very, very strong thing. So I feel like, yeah, planetar is definitely used to grabbing things from the battlefield. Sure, yeah. Giri, you are here now.
Here and on her feet.
I'm gonna rule of cool it and say yes, because that just feels really, really cool to have an angel just looking down upon Giri, like that advert for Overwatch, like the first Overwatch. Just this angel sort of coming down over Giri. Don't know if
Sweet.
Giri was religious before, but she might be now. Lift up,
Don't give me
drop down.
He'll start a cult. He'll do it.
Now that would be a fun idea. Players, a level 20 player, just starts a cult for themselves. Cool. Horn Devil. Horn Devil is realizing, oh shit, that one's up now. Oh god. And it's going to hit. No one's in there. It's actually going to go against the one it has advantage on. It's going to go against Davyak, funnily enough. So with advantage, that's a natural 20 on the first attack. On the second attack, that's going to be a hit, no matter what. No matter what, it's an 18 on the dice. And the third tail is going to be +6, makes that a 22, and his armor class is 20. So that does hit. So that's 3 attacks on Davyak. So that's in total 68 because of the crit. 8, 12. 28 plus 28 plus, I always forget what the plus is. 28 plus 6 is 34 points of damage to Davyak. So 1, 6, 2, 1, 5, 8. And third attack, Davyak needs to make a Constitution save, DC 17. Davyak fails. For fuck's sake, Davyak. You're meant to be a councilman. What is wrong with you? So Davyak loses 3d. Well, he takes some damage. 7, 10, 7. It's 3d6. Why am I getting a 7? 1, 7, 5, so 12 points of damage. Now. Plus 1d8, 5 plus 6 is 11. Cool. And Davyak needs to make a con save for Holy Weapon, actually. Is a good point. Needs to make 3. Davyak's fine. Starts Holy Weapon. Unfortunately, that's on his bow. Good. That is them done. Geary, you're on your feet. You're looking good. You're feeling good. What's a hippie haps?
Is this double airborne or is it on the stairs?
No, it's on the stairs. It came down to attack Geary, and it's sort of seen your prowess, so it knows not to move or trigger attacks of opportunity.
It attacked Davyak 3 times in the last 10, did it?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Bang. 34.
Yes, that does it.
16.
16. 16 damage does. That's a pretty decent amount of damage. 114. 4.
Go again.
We go again. 31 hits.
11. I'm going to reroll both those.
Reroll both of those.
That is an additional 4. 18. No, 15.
15.
Damage. Go again. 30. I should be doing -5 on these. I'm just rolling incredibly well. Can't believe my luck.
30. 15.
60. No, 17 on that instead.
17.
And then is that 3 attacks?
That's 3 attacks, yeah.
One more for the luck. I'm gonna do a -5 on this one. I bet it's fucking low, but you never know.
You never know.
Oh,
Hey, that is
24.
still going to be a good, palpable hit.
27.
27 damage. And with that 27 damage, again, you just carve into this thing's, like it sort of turns around and you just carve one arm, carve the other arm, head off. Well, this thing just falls to the ground in a sort of horrible screeching cry.
And then I think I've only got 20 feet of movement because of what he did to me last time. Still get right in here.
Oh, God.
And
Yeah.
just look him in the eye and say, "Come on from me."
Wow.
I think you'll find I can. And he's going to use his last legendary action to use his teleport feature, which I believe you saw last week. And he's going to teleport over down here. Because
Where'd he go? Fuck that bitch.
fuck you if you think he's going to fucking come up against you guys like that. He's then going to take to the air. He's a 40-foot flying speed. He's going to take to the air up 40 feet. to get away from the two people with the swinging swords. Still leaves one person with a swinging sword, but I feel like he has something to say about that one person with the swinging sword, and he's going to cast, because the stat block was very, very weird, but he's going to cast Scorching Ray at 5th level. So a bunch of different rays.
Counter spell in it or no? Not a druid thing.
Say that again.
You got counter spell or no?
No, I wish.
Not a druid thing.
Daviak does have a counter spell. Fuck it, he's going to use it, but it does mean he needs to roll a charisma check. This is a DC 15. Yeah, Daviak just looks at him and just sort of wags his sword like, as these rays just begin shooting out of his hands. He's going to counterspell Daviak. Unfortunately, he can only do it at the base level, so he needs to roll. No, because Daviak counterspell is only a 3rd level, and therefore counterspells go off. Oh, but that's his reaction used, and he likes his reaction. Fuck it. It might be a mistake, but he's actually just going to let that let it go. Let it go. Let it go. But he's now up in the air. And he's going to use his bonus action to Infernal Glare against the Planetar. Is the Planetar immune to being frightened?
It is.
I feel like it is. Yeah. What's his intelligence? Would he know this? His intelligence is 20. I feel like he would know this. So he's actually going to use this against Kaiman, because he also knows that Daviak is a paladin and therefore makes things immune to this. So Kaiman, yeah, Kaiman's frightened now. Kaiman can't get any closer to him. Can use that. Or Ryman, even. Apologies. But Oberos is now 30 feet in the air. Ryman is annoyed, but he's just going to do... He did a pretty big heal a couple of turns ago. How are people looking? He's going to call out.
I'm low.
You're low. Oh, Lord, he cries out. Oh, wait. The only thing he can really do, because he's used all of his high-level shit, because Ryan was really good with conserving spell slots, and so was Ben, is he can offer you a 5th level healing word. I think.
Is this going to me?
Yes.
Oh, again, what are you giving me?
Yeah, he's gonna offer you a 5th level healing word. 17 HP to you, Geary, as he just calls out, "I got you!" And then does he have any kind of action?
I've got more HP back going for a shit.
He has a javelin. Kaiman's gonna throw his javelin. It's with disadvantage. Kaiman still. Wait, no, that's way past the range of a javelin. The javelin just
80 feet.
lands on the floor. Oh, 80 feet. Okay, then yeah, that javelin fucking hits, because of course it does. 6. It's not magical, so it's half to 3.
It all counts.
It all counts. And yeah, he's just gonna sort of stay there. And at the end of his turn, he does get to make a saving throw against being frightened. Ryman is still frightened. Daviak is going to pull out his longbow, which does, in fact, have Holy Weapon upon it. And he's going to shoot twice.
Holy weapon, Batman.
Yeah, especially with hits like that. Fucking hell. So that's going to be 8. Oh, that second attack was just so much better. So that's 200. And then 20, but he does need to roll 4d8 for the Holy Weapon. 12. Awesome. Yes, you just see Daviak pull out his bow and just scream something generically cool like coward, and just starts firing off shots. Oberos with he has his lovely legendary actions back. And he's looking around the room. He knows what a Plantar is. He's not using it against that. Gag. He knows. Sam and Luke, roll me a D100. The one who rolls the lowest roll, he uses his thing on.
This feels mean.
Yeah, well.
Oh well.
I bet I'll roll under
but-
this. I promise you I'll roll under this.
Oh, not even close.
Can you roll me a charisma saving throw, please? Then Nevado, as you suddenly begin to feel something.
Do I get +3
Twisting in your
from?
mind. Yes, you do.
If you pass this again, that's absurd.
You do need a
No.
22. No.
12. Best I can.
So once again, you feel, well, not once again, but for the first time now, you feel your mind once again exiting. I said once again, even though I literally said right before that, not once again. You feel your mind exit your body and begin to fall through the earth as you go layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 6, 7, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back. You see again tormented screams, whips lashing, chains being pulled and tugged, sound of blood, gore, metal on metal. These horrible sounds fill your mind, and you are going to take just a little bit of damage. Only 76 this time.
Oh, thank goodness.
76 points of psychic damage as just you feel your mind being racked, and again you are dazed, so you can only either move, use an action, or use a bonus action. That is that. Then we go to who just went? It was Ryman, Daviak, Nevado. It is now your turn, however.
Getting back.
Well, I need to take an action to not be dazed, right?
No, that just happens at the end of your turn. You're not dazed at the end of your turn, but right now you can either have an action, a bonus action, or a move.
That's what I was planning. Fine. I'm grown up. I'll get on with it. Can I cast Sunbeam?
You absolutely can cast Sunbeam. Oh my god.
That's a bit.
You see 19. Oh, that's a 6. We might get to see his first legendary resistance used here, depending on what his con save is. It's +10. That's a 16. Yes, that's his first legendary resistance used. The next attack against him has advantage. If he does so, he can use bonus actions, and his speed is halved. Yes, so his speed is halved. He can't use his infernal glare. You see the sort of fire in his eyes dim as he really tries, as the sunbeam hits him, and he really sort of has to try to push past this. But he does. And again, no bonus actions, speed halved, and has a next attack against him has advantage. As he has
He's not blinded because of his legendary.
he's not blinded, but he does still take half damage. So that's going to be 14 damage.
Should we take a little drinks break?
Yes, I was maybe going to say something of the sort because I realized we hadn't as of yet. And yeah, with the end of the round, I think that's probably a really good place to. Awesome. Yeah, he's looking fairly weak. He's certainly looked a lot better. he's just sort of flailing, flying a little bit, but his anger is pushing him through it, and we'll get back to this in 5 minutes when you guys get back. let's get back to it. Layer action. Procs off. The layer begins to swirl and spin. Which one is it meant to be? It's meant to be souls of the damned that Oberos's armies have killed swirl about the lair and embolden him. He regains 30 hit points, and each creature allied to him gains 10. There are no more creatures other than actually Balzanor would gain 10 hit points. Borisoth would gain 10 hit points rather. Good job, Borisoth. But he regains some semblance of hit points. So once again, you begin seeing sort of from the windows now, just all these sort of souls and sort of wispy, ethereal beings sort of coming through the room, spinning around the sort of air of the room, and then a lot of them coalesce around him, and he regains a little bit of HP. Not that I think that's going to matter, because Giri can take care of that in one hit. But we then go to Mittens as the Planetar. He is flying 40 feet in the air, sort of a little
5,
dazzled.
10, 15 feet here, and I'm going to lay a hand on Giri and give her
He's meant to
6.
fly. Oh, no.
38 hit points in healing. And then
38.
Yeah.
38,
So-
yes.
5, 10, 15, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, plus 40 feet into the air. And then I'm just going to go and swoop into his face to be a problem.
Indeed. And what a pretty problem you are. Right. After him, it would be the Horned Devils. If I have any. Giri, you're up. You're on the ground, been healed a bit. He's in the air. What are you going to do?
How high in the air is he?
40 feet.
I will look over to Borisov and I'll say to Daviak, do you think I should kill him?
I'm going to say make an Arcana check, and Daviak's going to make a similar one.
That is as good as it gets.
That's really good because Daviak rolled a 1. So you look at him, and from what you've gathered recently, obviously you understand. You've sort of understood, given the fact that when this huge leviathan beneath you has spoken and uttered these sort of dark utterances, Borisov's mouth has said something at the same time, but sort of like almost like mouthed something at the same time. And the way he's completely out of it and he doesn't realize what's going on, you almost get the sense that is he like controlling the creature, or is the creature controlling him? And with an 18, I think you would probably surmise, given all the runes and stuff over the throne, and the fact that it's this very fancy throne, you'd almost think that this is almost a throne to control the huge creature beneath. So Daviak sort of looks at you and briefly says, I don't know, but I'm just worried about what happens if we neutralize him and this creature's. I don't know if it's going to be worse or better if it's left to its own devices. I mean, right now it's hovering above the battlefield. I don't really want it getting any closer to the city. But I trust you.
Maybe the creature goes down if he isn't controlling it.
Maybe. I didn't think of that. You do you.
Are we over?
No, you guys are still. So if you remember, the two smaller ones went over the city. This one is still hanging back about a mile away from the city.
All right. What do we think, gentlemen?
Well, that's sure.
I will strike this man in his chair
Alrighty. You have advantage on all these attacks because he is completely phased out.
I'll do a -5 then on each of them.
Yeah, go for it.
24. So that is 20. Yeah, 24 damage.
Yeah. Yes, that does hit. I'm gonna put this simply. If you would like to use all of your attacks, because I feel like you with advantage you are definitely gonna hit with +10 damage. If you would use all of your attacks, you can kill this creature. You can just straight up kill him if you would like to.
Yeah.
For the sake of expediency, rather than rolling a bunch of dice and me saying, yeah, you kill him. Or yeah, you don't kill him, because he is, let's face it, practically unconscious. Not quite unconscious, but practically unconscious in this chair. So you just go up to him and with a very, very deft, practiced samurai swipe, Borisov, his head just swing, drops onto his lap. Body sort of leans forward and drops to the ground, and beneath you there's a and you suddenly feel the creature moving, not directly down, forwards and down. Almost you gather as if a massive creature has seen a lot of food and has decided it's a bit hungry. And as you do this, Oberos just sort of laughs. You really unleash the monster now. Oh, Borisov was keeping him tame. There's no stopping this creature now. Do you know how long it took me to tame it? Good luck, gentlemen. He just goes into maniacal laughter. Anything else in your turn, Gary? So that's like some of your movement and your action. Anything else?
Bleh. No.
No? Alrighty. His turn. And yeah, I think he's finally going to take some of his anger out on the big thing right next to him. So I've foreseen this somewhere. Awesome. So no, because that's still a wisdom save, but no, it's still not gonna do that. Yeah. So first attack is a 27 to hit.
Yes.
So that's going to be with his rapier. So that's 8 plus 5 is 13 plus 8 is 21. So 21 piercing damage and 4, 6, 10, and 10 fire damage. So, and these are magical, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's 30 damage overall, I believe. 31 damage overall.
Ooh.
That is what you needed. Second attack.
Oh,
That
this
is going to
level
be
one, that was a bonus.
oh, nice. Second attack is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, 19 AC on the Planetar.
Right. Okay. Cool. So then this is with the whip. So 8 plus 8 is 16 points of slashing damage. Your movement speed is reduced by 10 feet, and 17, 21, and 21 points of force damage. That was exceptionally good on 3d10.
37 total.
27 total. So you do have to roll that con save for me.
Yeah, I'm just doing maths. Sorry, did you say 37 total?
Yeah, 37
So
total.
57, 27, and this has plus 12, 21.
21. Yeah, it does do it. And then the final attack is going to use. Actually, oh no, he can't use bonus actions because he Yeah, he can't use bonus actions because of his previous thing, so he's just going to have to make this final attack against you. And as he's sort of just swinging, he's almost maniacally laughing, but also screaming, and it's just the complete opposite of the very hoity-toity, proud character you saw when you first came in here. And that's going to be an unnatural 20 to hit with the final no, he's going to use the whip attack again, I think. So that's 11 plus, that's 19 piercing damage, and 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 8 is 22. So 16 plus 22 is 38.
38. So. Okie dokie.
One final con save for me.
Yes. DC 19.
Easy. Easy as pie. Is he just swinging and screaming at you? How's the Planetar looking?
Under half.
Under
That
half.
final attack took me under half.
Damn.
So 18,200.
Awesome.
Thanks-
He
thanks
can't
to
use
kind
bonus
of
actions.
Heal up, so.
Yeah. He can't use bonus actions. He's half movement. He's just going to use 20 feet. 15, 20. So you will get an attack of opportunity if you would like to take it.
Yeah. 25.
25 would hit, but he is in turn going to use his reaction to
I did think he
have
might.
at you. This was the entire point of him doing this because he knows you're just going to come chasing after him. And that one's going to be a 17 plus 10, 27.
Yeah.
And this one, yes, he's going to make with the whip again. So 1 plus 7, 8 plus 8 is 16. Slashing damage plus 4 plus 8 is 12. Plus 5 is 17. 17 force damage.
Sorry, what's that total again? 17
So that was 16 plus
17. So
17. Yeah.
33.
Yeah, 33.
56. Cool. And 20 on the con save.
20 on the con save. Fine. And yeah, that's sort of what he does on his turn. Ryman. Now, Ryman can't move closer to this thing. Ryman. Oh, I meant to just do that on him. Ryman can't move closer to Oberos, but he can look around and there's luck. You can see. No, Ryman's not going to attack him. Ryman's going to look around the field and see who's particularly. Actually, he doesn't have any of his massive heals anymore. And if he moves away from Borosoth, he can't move back to go help you guys. So yeah, fuck it. He's going to try and fling something at Oberos with disadvantage. And it's going to be. Actually, no. He's going to use a third level spell. He's going to stop concentrating on Spirit Guardians, and instead concentrate on Aura of Vitality. To just start flinging out a little bit of healing as a bonus action every round. So, who wants some healing?
Probably Nevada.
Nevado. Right. So, Nevado, he is going to have to move to gain 10, 15, 20, 30. And then Nevado, you gain 2d6 HP back, which is 1 plus, thought that hit the 2. Yeah, 3 HP. Oh, wait, is that plus his wisdom? Nope. You get 3 HP, Nevado. I hope you're really happy. Cool. That's Ryman. Then Daviak. Daviak once again. How bad are you looking, Nevado?
You're on mute, Luke.
You're on mute.
I would say I'm 25%.
25%. Daviag just looks over to the Planetron and goes, "Hey, Mittens, you got this?"
For like 6
I'll take that
seconds, sure.
I'm taking that as a yes. And he's going to run over to you, and he's going to give you lay on hands.
Oh,
And he's going
I
to
can
give
buy
you
6 seconds.
He's going to give you 40 hit points, Nevado, and slightly put Ryman to shame.
Ryman's been doing some great heals.
Sweet. Daviak has been doing some great heals. He's just been a bay. Right, so that's that. Then Nevado, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to bonus action. Draconic transformation.
Oh, lovely. Bonus action transformation. With a roar, you draw upon magic of dragons to transform yourself. Taking on draconic features, you get the following benefits. You have blind sight, you have a breath weapon, and you can fly. Fantastic. You fly up to his face.
Not quite, but I want to use my breath weapon.
Awesome. He needs to make a saving throw. It takes 6d8 force damage. That is going to be, I think that's going to be really close, actually. What is your DC?
It's 19.
I think you've got an 18. Yes, 6 plus 12 is 18. Does he use a legendary resistance? No, because that halves his flying speed and doesn't let him use bonus actions, which he's quite liked using. So he's going to take the full.
66.
68.
Sorry, 68, yes.
$27. 27. It all adds up. Nice as this draconic blast fires from your mouth, and you just. And he's sort of like reeling. You can see his skin like his armor like smoldering. Some pieces of it sort of beginning to sort of show wear and tear and things like that. End of the round. Goes back to his turn. He's got no one to. He can't do his first 2 legendary actions. The only other one he's done is, well, he can't do 2 in a row. So no layer action this time, as he's just sort of. But after your turn, he is just going to breathe heavy and look around the room. Look around the room. Look around the room. Oh, Nevado, you've caused him problems again, Nevado. How would you like another trip through hell, my dude?
I wouldn't particularly.
Well, unfortunately, that's what you're getting. Can you roll me a charisma saving throw as he uses 2 of his legendary actions to point at you and his eyes begin to flare? As you're flying there, your mind falls again. You go, not this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And your mind pulls back into yourself as you take. You got the sex number. 69 points of psychic damage. Not a great roll on one.
Okay.
How are you looking?
Uh,
Oh Oh Lord. Awesome. With that, we go to Mittens. It is your turn as the Planetar.
I'm gonna
You got this.
interpose
I believe.
myself
I believe in you.
between Nevado, just to give him a bit of protection, and then take 2 swipes. First one is a 15.
15, sadly, no.
Second one is a natural 20. Oh, here we
You got to do
go.
all your radiant damage, was that?
Yeah, 'cause it's all
Vindication.
Boy.
It's-
This
so-
could be big, gentlemen. This could be big.
So this is 8d6 plus 7 for 37, and then 10d8 for a total of 94.
94 damage.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I've rolled d10s there. 45 for a total of 82.
82 damage. Mittens, how would you like to do this?
Boy.
So I've just like healed Gary the round before, and Nevado's come in and been like hurled through hell. So almost like I've seen his like soul or essence or something just like bounce through the ground and back up again. And so I draw this like massive greatsword that I'm not really used to using, but it's, the Planetar is. So, and I just, with all the Planetar speed, just fly like point first straight through like a big Planetar unicorn and just impale him through the chest.
Nice. You fly into him, impale him through the chest, and you almost like keep going sort of a few feet before you stop, and you realize just with all your strength you're just holding him on the end of your blade, and his wings sort of slowly flap and twitch and then just drop, and his head begins to droop, and he goes, if you think killing me will stop all of them down, you're wrong. Every devil will want to take my place. You've solved. Yeah. And he just leans forward. You drop your blade, still flying in the air. Oberos falls with a crunch to the ground. You now stand quiet in the room. The room goes somewhat quiet, other than the occasional screech of a demon, howl of wind, calls and cries and clangs of battle below. As Giri said, as Giri surmised, and obviously you've killed Borisov now, you can feel this thing moving forwards. No one is controlling this massive creature, and Daviak basically just says, "What do we do? This thing's." He sort of looks out the window. It's heading for the city. This thing's going to feed.
I have an idea.
Fuck are we meant to do?
And I will fly over to the chair, tip Borisov out. I will unpolymorph myself so that I can cast my own spells again, and I will hold an action to cast Dominate Monster when I sit down in the chair to try and make a connection with this thing to hopefully allow the Dominate Monster spell to be more effective.
Okay. As you get to the chair, and you can see these runes. As a Planetar, I believe you can read all writing.
Yes, as a Planetar, I speak all languages, but it doesn't
Yes.
say anything about reading or writing. So, but yeah,
I feel
all
like
languages.
speak all languages comes under that. So as a with the Planetar's bonuses and everything, but also with your own bonuses, roll me a Arcana check, but with your spellcasting modifier.
Arcana check with my spell.
You'll have advantage because Davyak is immediately rushing there to try and help you with this.
Okay. I don't have proficiency in Arcana, so just a charisma check.
Yeah.
But is that using the Planetar's charisma stat?
I would say yes, because you haven't, you're going over there,
Okay.
and then you said you polymorph, so it's a advantage on a d20 with +7.
Okay, so 2d20 plus 7. So a 26.
26. So as you fly over to this thing and you begin looking over, and obviously you're thinking about casting Dominate Monster, you realize that across this whole thing are the arcane runes written in Infernal for Dominate Monster. That's what this throne is. It is a conduit to cast Dominate Monster on this creature.
Okay.
However, there is a catch. With a creature as large as this, as powerful and mighty as this, there is obviously going to be some kind of check you are going to need to make to push through the barriers of its mind and of just this gargantuan being. Right?
Okay.
It's either going to be a wisdom or charisma saving throw.
That was
Your
gonna be my
choice,
question.
Quizzes.
Do I know what sort of thing it is?
Yes.
As to whether or not I'm the best person or whether someone like Nevado might be better.
Well, this is the question. So, as I say, it can either be charisma or wisdom saving throw. The DC is going to be very high. This is going to become a skill challenge a little bit here, because if you have anything that can help in the adding to someone's saving throw, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just anything from your character sheet. It can be, Geary, I don't know if you've got much to help someone with this, but you could obviously offer words of inspiration, words of try and threaten them into passing, try and bolster someone up, and things like that. There's plenty other things, if you're creative about it, what you could do. So this is going to be a skill check to see what you can add to whoever's doing its saving throw. Davyak immediately offers himself up. He says, "It should be me. I have a pretty well fortituded mind. I feel like I can do this. Obviously, I have my aura. I feel like I should do this, but it's either wisdom or charisma."
I'm pretty wisdomous.
You are pretty wisdomous. Davyak is also pretty charismatic. He has his bonus naturally.
I'd be at +14.
Okay.
With his bonus, you'd be at +14.
I've got +11. And that's without the bonus.
You'd be 14 too.
So you'd be 14 as well.
You have advantage anyway.
And do either of you have anything that can bolster someone's roll? Do either of you have anything that can?
To be fair, yeah.
I have guidance.
That's on ability checks.
Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I can do Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action, and I was also thinking I've got Heroism as a spell, which you touch a willing creature until the spell ends. It's immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. So I was wondering if that would have any effect of, maybe not mechanically, but as a, the spell is literally heroism. It is a bolstering.
Yeah, I feel like that would give a certain bonus to the roll. What level spell is it?
It's a first level spell, but I was considering upcasting it to something like 7th level to.
Okay, I'll give you +1 for every level you upcast it.
Okay,
4.
yeah, I'll go to 7 to. And I'll go give a Bardic Inspiration to whoever's gonna take this.
Okay.
Brilliant, Nevada then. I don't think they'd be actually get up to those heights of a save.
Not quite, no, but yeah, he will
20,
stand near you and.
You'd be at +21. You'd be a D20 plus a D12 plus a 21.
Plus bless from Davyak, so a D4.
Okay.
Plus bless from Kaiman.
That doesn't stack.
it doesn't stack, in which case you'll do resistance for a plus d4. So, and whatever, if Giri would like to offer anything towards
I'll just
Okay.
show
this
Well,
venture.
shoulder.
I'll keep an eye on the window if anything else comes our way.
I've not got much health, but I don't know if that's relevant.
Kaiman has a load of D6s because he's still concentrating on what's it called? So there's 19. So that's so he's now used 4. 21. He's now used 7. And 20. He's now used all 10 on you. All 3 of those are for you.
What's the goal if you control it?
Well, that's a very good question.
Well.
What is the goal if you control such a gargantuan creature?
Keep the
You're gonna
demons.
fly back through the portal? Or
Well, so you know that the massive tower, obviously Tiamat's tower, stands there. There is a massive demon army coming through a portal. There is a demon army still attacking things. 2 huge leviathans flying over the city.
are we gonna try and use it to take out the other Leviathans, or are we gonna crash this thing into Tiamat's tower? I feel like that takes out 2 problems because it might kill the creature as well.
Yeah, my first thought was the tower, but then I don't know about the other leviathans.
They're being sort of like attacked by dragons, aren't they?
Yeah. So one of them was, I believe, really slowed down by dragons. The other one is over the city spewing lava and all sorts on the city, but it is being harassed by dragons at the
Hmm. I mean, how much bigger is this one than those 2?
minute. Double the size.
Okay,
Almost
so I mean,
triple. Almost
we-
triple.
we can go and aid in that. Depends how much control you end up with it. But I feel like if you have good control over it, we can go and help with that. But if not, then if all you can do is just
Slam
move
into
it,
the tower.
slam it into the Tiamat's tower, I think.
Okay.
Okay. So, who's making the save? Nevado?
If everyone's okay with that,
Yeah, just don't roll like shit.
I'll try.
This is where I miss Lyndon.
So, Nevado, can you roll me a wisdom or charisma saving throw?
This is where Luke misclicks and does charisma.
That's good.
24
That's all right.
plus 7, 31. Plus
3
a d4. Oh,
from Daviak. So
plus 3 from Daviak, 34. Plus a d4 from Daviak's Bless. So that's 38. D4 from Kaiman, 40. And a Bardic Inspiration, if you would like to roll that as well.
Fuck it. Why not?
E12. 31, 37.
D12.
Oh, do you want to roll that, Luke, or do you want me to roll that?
Oh, sorry, I was going to make you roll that.
A D12. 6 in the middle.
These-
What's that?
6.
43
That
total?
is 43 total.
these 3.
DC was 35.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So Nevado, you sit there and you sort of settle down, open your mind, and you begin to feel the spell come over you, and you come over the spell, and you can feel there's this pushing. You try and push your mind into this creature, but there's something resisting. But through the spells, horrible bagpipes, the aura, and just everything, beautiful bagpipes, you push through this infernal leviathan's mind. You push past it, and you close your eyes, and you suddenly open them again, and you are flying over the landscape. You are an infernal leviathan. You are dominating this creature. What would you like it to do?
Can I test out how much control I have of this thing?
Yeah, you begin to move left and right. You blink, you open your mouth. You have full control.
Can I smash into the other Leviathans?
Yeah. So the one Leviathan that was sort of holding back a little bit, the side of its face destroyed by the two dragons, you fly towards it and open your mouth and just much like in episode 1, there's always a bigger fish. You just come in, bite into the side of this thing, and with a huge chomp, you just feel ribs and sinew and muscle crunch beneath your mouth. You open your mouth again, and this huge body just falls and lands on the ground just outside the city walls. Dead. The next Leviathan is flying over the city. How would you deal with that? Just.
Can I try for a similar, but almost like try and grab it and take it outside the walls?
Yeah. So you move over, you like grab it by the almost grab it by the you grab it by the head, so you fly over and you almost bite into its head and you drag it by its head, not quite biting down yet. You feel this creature begin to spew lava into your own mouth. You're immune to this damage. You're an ancient infernal Leviathan, and when you're over the ocean, you chomp down, and the body of this creature, now headless, just falls and lands in the ocean with a huge spray of water, and the water begins to bubble and burn and boil as its body just begins to sink beneath. Upon the walls, you can hear a great cry as they know something is happening aboard this Leviathan. What would you like to do now as you swim this thing through the air, this huge creature through the air?
Has it got like a breath weapon type thing? No.
Yeah, it basically can spew lava from its mouth down on things below.
Well, I would eventually like to crash it into Tiamat's castle, but could I breath weapon on the enemy army approaching the city as I go over there?
Yeah, absolutely. You just begin
So, what's our exit strategy for getting off?
That's up to you guys. I'm in Vine.
We got you off as well, haven't we?
Teleport?
They haven't got teleport.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
As you fly over the city, as you fly over the ensuing army, just this lava, this sort of lava with this biling, sort of thin, wispy, thick black smoke spews over these creatures, and hundreds dead below you, hundreds of demons, the whole third wave gone. And then you begin to fly towards Tiamat's tower. And you go towards it, and you go towards it. I'm assuming by this point, some people are looking, not just staring at Nevado, you're looking outside, you're seeing everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So everyone make me a perception check.
That shouldn't have been with advantage.
That's fine. Yeah, 14. All right. I'll roll one for Ryman and Daviak as well. Perception and perception. Okay. You watch as Ryman looks over the sort of side of the tower and he says, "Oh, hey. Hell's got one of these towers too." And you look down, and obviously through this crack in the ground, it's almost like upside down world. So obviously everything is like flipped. And you can see as you approach the bottom of a tower, very similar to Tiamat's tower. As you crash into Tiamat's tower, just the shoulder of this thing, you don't need a heavy hit, just a sort of like you have these huge fins, imagine like a shoulder slam. A lot of this tower comes crashing down. A whole sort of half of it comes down. but the portal seems intact. And you begin to think to yourselves, there's one tower on this side. There's one tower on the other.
Oh, we got Tony Stark this shit.
What would you like to do?
So we've hit the tower on the side.
You've hit the tower on this side. It's not fully down yet. I'm imagining just like a sort of glancing blow as you're sort of going over it and maybe discussing these things. But you've seen there is another tower on the other side. You don't know whether you have to destroy both, but it's maybe a fair assumption. What would you like to do?
Am I able to communicate with them while I'm doing this, or
You are, yes. With that wisdom saving throw, that was so much higher than the DC that I will say you are able to do sort of limited communication. You can hear what's going on with everyone around you. You can give limited, brief responses.
Navedo, talk less than before.
Yeah, it is sort of like you're saying sort of 3 words at a time sort of thing. You can still say full sentences, but you're almost like having to really push out these words and really breathe quite heavily between them, as it is real physical brain power.
What magic do we have that can get us out of here quickly?
How long has this all taken?
All this has taken about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Perfect. That is enough time for Mittens to cast Find Greater Steed. So I can create a flying mount.
Fantastic. I'll tell you, yeah, Daviak's going to do the same thing. Once he sees what you're doing, he's like, oh, that's a good idea. And he begins summoning his griffin. So you both cast Find Greater Steed.
We've got Tiamat's tower.
Tiamat's tower here.
And then is there a portal at the bottom of it, or?
Portal, sort of, portal, yeah, sort of at the bottom of it. And then tower beneath.
All right, it's like a mirror image.
Yeah.
So if we destroy the tower on the other side, it's a fair assumption that portal's going to wink out very quickly.
Yes, it is. You don't know, but it's maybe from what you've seen in the past with certain work in your portals with Raziel, and from what you limited knowledge you have of magic. Yes, once magic is gone, the spells end like that. It's not like sort of electricity where there's still a current to go through. It is once it's gone, it's gone.
So do we have a way? Because obviously, the Vader's probably got to pilot this into the tower and leave it right before it's about to hit. Do we then have a way to jet out of there quick enough to get through the portal? Or is it a case of not worrying about the portal and going between planes?
Daviak sort of steps forward and says, I mean, there is a way. Let me do it. Most of you guys aren't even from here. There's no need for you to do any of this. You have done enough. More than enough. Trust me. Just go.
Oh, damn it, we've had enough good people die.
Correct, and I don't need any more on my conscience. I'm not leaving this thing. I don't want to leave. Unless I know we can all get out of here, I do not want to leave.
Is it easy then?
They don't.
Anyone from
Pardon?
Journey Through Hell?
Has anyone got plane shift or any shit like that?
I mean,
Listen, Stabby McGee, what are you bringing to the party?
I just took 7 million damage so that you cunts didn't have to.
well, I'll put it this way: if we get a long rest in hell, then yeah, I can get us out of there.
Ryman also says, like, yeah, if I can lie down for a bit, I can also just send us home. But
Well,
I
why
just
don't
got
I
a
fly this
healing,
around
I'm a
for
bit
8
tired.
hours?
It was a good wisdom save.
What are you doing?
Well,
I don't
the
want
way-
to. I don't
well,
want to let Daviat go and die.
The way I see it, we've got 2 options. One, if we think one tower destroys the portal, we just take out this one.
We've already sort of damaged this one enough, though, haven't we? That was my understanding.
Well, it's not fully destroyed. You sort of did a glancing blow because
Mm.
as you were going over it, you saw the other side, and I imagine maybe you sort of went, "Oh wait, let's think about this for a minute," and sort of a fin went into the side of it, and sort of the top half came toppling down.
If we destroyed it and it dropped down, would that not? Well, I suppose it would go into like a different gravity. Could we use that tower to destroy the one underneath?
You think you're portaling this, where speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
Well, a little bit.
Well, yeah. So
Possibly.
either if we've got two options, either we need to destroy both, in which case, why don't we destroy the one in hell first, come back through the portal, and finish this one off, or we only need to destroy one, in which case we can just destroy this one. Either way, either of those plans leaves an ancient fiendish leviathan alive on this side of the portal.
Right. We freed up all the dragons to come and help us deal with that.
Yes.
And
One thing I would say is that the space between the bottom of the tower, the portal, and the other side, it's tight. It will require a roll. Obviously, they came through here, so it's possible. It's perfectly possible. And you imagine that, Borisov had quite fine control over this thing. He in of himself is a devil, so he had some greater control over this thing. But Nevado using this for the first time, there will be a roll involved to try and maneuver your way through. And before you ask, yes, you can Bardic Inspiration, a giant ancient infernal leviathan.
What's the thought going through my mind? Yes, I've got Bardic Inspiration left. Can I?
You'll sort of have to go through one of its massive ear holes, but sure.
Oh my god.
So
Mitten's just standing like the Leviathan's like a prow of a ship, just heroically blasting the bagpipes right on the tip of the Leviathan's head.
So what is the plan?
Okay.
call the session there and have a week to think of another plan.
I don't think that's
Well,
how this one's gonna
To
work.
be fair, I don't know how long was it going to take to wrap this up?
Not long at all. Once you make a decision, not long at all.
I think we do. We go in there, destroy that one, and then come back and do that one on the way out, and then we'll worry about the Leviathan if the other crew get their shit done.
I mean, you can always try and kamikaze the Leviathan whilst destroying this one on this side. I mean, because it'd be easier to get out of the Leviathan on this side of the portal.
Okay. Question. I have Dominate Monster as a spell that allows me to do it from range. This thing is so massive. Do I think there's any sort of potential that I can control?
They would require a similar check to the one you just did.
Right. Okay. Even though it's a saving throw normally.
Yes. Because this thing is so massive, it's not like dominating any other monster you've ever heard of or seen.
Okay.
This is the size of some cities. This is huge.
Yeah, I think go through, deal with that side, and then deal with whatever comes next.
Let's go.
Okay. So you go through. Nevado, can you roll me a d20 plus 2 for this thing's dexterity? This is a dex roll to see if you can sort of squeeze yourself through. It's not particularly high. The DC is 10. You also,
Bardic
if you would like to, Bardic Inspiration. So,
Yeah.
d20
This is a very important Bardic Inspiration.
plus 2, so you need 5 or more on this Bardic Inspiration.
Yes.
You make it through this huge thing. You arrive in hell. And as you begin to sort of go up through hell, you can see, as far as the eye can see, there's more devils coming. Fields and fields of them, as far as your eyes can see. With this huge thing, you crash into Tiamat's tower on the other side. Can everyone make me a really quick dexterity saving throw? As you crash into this tower, and then parts of the tower just come tumbling down on the building you're on.
That's really good deck save.
Everyone will get a +3 as well, because, you know, Daviak. Right. For those of you that failed, which is just Geary and Nevada, you take 50 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
As just rocks and stone begin falling down. Most of this place is destroyed. You are now unleashed to the open air. You fly back up through then the sort of, so you go up, turn around, and you can see the portal almost closing. Before it was a long crack, and now it's sort of about half the size. And you go down, back up through, and then crash into Tiamat's tower. The thing that has plagued Ambyr for the last year and a half, destroyed, turned to rubble as this gargantuan, colossal even, creature comes crashing through and destroys it from beneath. You all, I won't say make another saving throw, just debris, everything, everywhere. And through your various means, you manage to sort of hold on. Daviak sort of grabs people and pulls them on his griffin. And obviously, Mittens, you have your animal as well. And, you're able to dodge a lot of the debris, but Nevado's sort of still there. And as you sort of come back through, and Nevado, you're sort of beginning to give up your power, you look around and you see from one side several large dragons flying towards this creature to try and obviously take care of it, bring it down. But then you turn around and you look and you see two more dragons coming from the other way. A huge red dragon and a slightly smaller red dragon flying towards this creature. Albers flies towards this creature, grabs its claws into its neck, and just begins flying down and down and down, raking a huge scar through its neck. The other dragons do the same all over its body, and this thing begins fall slowly and slowly after just lots of scarring and crashing, while Nevada, you're still sort of taking control of this creature. Silriel, the gold dragon, lands upon its back, grabs you and says, "Well done. You've done what? Come, we need to leave now." And he sort of lowers his wing for you all to get on. You all rush onto the back of Silriel, the ancient gold dragon, and he lifts into the sky just as the huge creature begins falling down and down and down. And you watch as sort of many, many devils look up like, as a shadow begins looming over them. The ancient and adult red dragons hang around for a while, aiding in mopping up the rest of the creatures, before, without a word, returning north. Ambyr, as far as you know, is safe. For now. Though you know not what the other guardians have got up to. And that is where we'll end the session there, folks. Thank you all very, very much for joining me. And that is a wrap on the Drengers of the North. Guys, hope you enjoyed that little ditty. Congratulations for getting around the little puzzle of what to do in hell. Was hoping it'd all crash and burn and we'd have a heroic sacrifice. But hey, this works too. Outsmarting your DM. Well done. That felt very epic, very cool, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that final fight. This was very, very interesting to see how much I really got to throw up against you guys for level 20 characters. That was very, very interesting. I'm going to need to do a little bit of tweaking on Tiamat's stat block, which I'm finishing up. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all thought that was cool. Thank you all very much, and I will see you all on the 13th.
Are we